Damn, I'm cleaning it, bitch. Think about to show the lean in it, bitch. Wait, hold up, y'all, real quick. Let me do this shit. Oh yeah, it's the Million Dragon March in this motherfucker tonight, Jack. We deep. What's happening? What's
Not
good,
everybody?
Oh
my goodness.
Man, I missed y'all, man. What's happening? Hey, look, what's good, everybody, and welcome to Watch Them Thrones. Tonight we are covering season 2, episodes 5 and 6. I just finished watching them motherfuckers. I ain't even finished one of them motherfuckers all the way. So y'all gonna have to help your boy out. You know, man, shit. I'm gonna have to cheat out somebody paper tonight, goddamn.
I got my notes. Look, we got you covered.
It's good to be back up in here with y'all, man. TK, shout out TK. He had to work tonight, so I'm gonna be pulling out duties. And as you can see, it's ladies' night in the motherfucking building. Hey, make some noise for the ladies and gentlemen. Make some motherfucking noise for the ladies. Hey. And we also got my boy Valerian, the light skinned drag, and Dragon's missing light. Linda, what's your last name?
Drag is missing like Tory Lane's hairline.
Golly. So y'all are fucking wild. And with that being said, man, let's get right into it tonight. Hey, look, I'm gonna let y'all go around the horn and introduce yourselves. I'm gonna start off with the newbie in the building. More dragons, more problems. Unmute yourselves, ladies. If y'all are muted, because y'all might be muted in this motherfucker. I think the thing mutes you automatically. Hey, so more dragons. What's up? Welcome. We glad to have you here with us.
Oh, you hear me?
We can. A little, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Lagging a little bit,
I can hear you clear, but yeah, it's kind of a little bit behind. It's a little bit behind. It's hating on you. The internet hating a little bit. Carlton is dancing in the bottom.
Oh my God.
We got your Grace in the building. Celeste, how you doing?
Hello, how is everybody?
Good. We got the mother of the Sweet Summer Children's. She's in the building. Cheering.
Always.
I always try to throw that L and that D in there. I don't know why I do that.
Because you proper Southern, that's all.
Celeste, the mother of Pomeranians, this motherfucker. What's happening? What's up? What's good? And I am gonna be your host for the evening, Jon Snow, hunching in the snow, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, let's kick the motherfucking ballistics and get right into it. And talk about season 2, episode 5. Look, I guess I can kind of set the stage for it. I'm gonna have to pull up my motherfucking notes first. Look, I was absent. I had an excuse absence the other week, missing episodes 3 and 4. So I played catch up this week. But just to get into it, where we start off is Cat is coming to Renly Baratheon, right? Lord Renly, to talk to him about an allegiance and an alliance formed with her son Robb to take the to defeat the Lannisters, essentially. And Robb pulls back and says to her, basically, not Robb, excuse me, but Renly says to her, I'm down to do that shit, but first you got to help me kill my brother. And she like, man, I didn't come here for all of that. I I just came here to dance. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And so after that, you know, she realized she was into some shit, and suddenly, some weird shit went down. So I'm gonna set the stage there, and I'm gonna start off. We're gonna bring Celestial in. I don't know where the niggas is going. They just disappearing off this motherfucker. What is going on tonight? Is it me? I'm like, niggas is disappearing like it's the motherfucking rapture in this motherfucker. I'm like,
It's you, CJ.
oh, okay. I'm like, is it me? I'm like, nigga, Carlton and Leslie was just in this motherfucker. I seen them. So, I'm sorry. All right, but yeah. So, ladies, Celestial, kind of kick it off for us and kind of take it from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So we come in, we see Cat sitting down, Catelyn sitting down with baby boy Baratheon, and you know he's putting it on thick. They're trying to broker a deal, but he's trying to make sure he's still covered. Because at first he's like, "Well, what I need a deal for? I got a claim to the throne." As far as I know, they still calling Jon Snow. I mean, not Jon Snow, Lord. Robb Stark, the King of the North. So they talk through all of the stuff. They come to a mutual agreement. And then Cat and baby boy Baratheon are in there talking. Brianna comes in. They chopping it up. And all of a sudden, the black smoke that we saw come out of Lady Marmalade shows up. I couldn't remember her name. I just remembered it started with an M, so that's what came out.
Melisandre.
Yes.
Itchy, yaya.
Get you.
I like Marmalade. Shit, that bitch will forever be Marmalade for me now.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker. A smoke baby came out that motherfucker though, goddamn. Like
that's some fire. What's it? Why some fire? What's it? Why?
Let me tell you,
I don't know if I would call that fire. That's some
listen.
Right.
Okay,
that's
so
a damn shadow baby. That's all that is.
So I'm gonna tell y'all, I didn't like I said, I missed episodes 3 and 4, so I had to run back. Then we started running into time constraints. I skipped the end of episode 4. I skipped half of episode 4 to make sure I could see episodes 5 and 6 before we jumped on this motherfucker. And why the fuck? Like I had no idea how much shit I missed just in episode. In the last
so shit.
30 minutes
So you didn't even
4.
see her birthing the fucking smoke baby.
I saw it in the recap of episode. Like right before the beginning. Like I looked at the cliff notes. Okay. But a smoke baby was coming out of this motherfucker, and so I'm like, oh my god, I didn't think that the smoke baby was gonna get right to the motherfucking smoke, my nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, well, that's his job. His job is to bring that smoke, and that's what he did.
That nigga came to stand on that business. Hey, one of the funniest parts about that fucking scene is really little smart talking ass. He look at Kat and tell her, I have a better job debating the win than debating Stannis. And that fucking smoke baby blew in. Nigga, that wind started blowing and fucking nigga Stannis came in looking like smoke and stabbed a nigga in the back. And Brienne lost her shit. Like, Brienne, that was her life. That was her life. So she like, the scene was funny to me. Like, rewatching this shit was funny. Like, watching that nigga say that shit and then getting stabbed by some smoke that was blown in by the wind. I love it.
Brienne act like she was at her husband and 50 years funeral though.
Brienne had just got that motherfucking job.
She did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she just started that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But she said something later that really made me feel like, was she crushing on him? Because later on, not in this particular section, she says to Kat, I only got to hold him that one time when he was dying.
I'm
like, hold him. Wait a minute.
I don't think Brienne.
Yeah, Brienne and Renly actually have a long history. What? So and that will come out much later on, and you'll hear her tell that story later on. Okay, and yeah, so
he gave her some embarrassment. Yeah.
Also, Brienne may not be, a man, but she got like kind of, she's a little big. Hey.
Her gaydar.
Oh, so
yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a.
So what you saying is you saying she was doing it for Renly is what you saying is that's what Leslie is saying without saying it is, you know what I mean?
She's doing it for Renly.
She was doing things for Renly that Margaery just couldn't do, is what he's saying.
Well, I ain't saying that. I don't know.
I feel like that's what you just said, my nigga. Like,
God damn, you put a lot of fucking words in my mouth, nigga.
Is that what Leslie said?
It sounded like
was she giving the best of both worlds?
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't think he's saying that she actually did that. I'm saying
Right, no, but I'm saying the vibe.
yeah, like, you know, I mean, yeah, like, you know, because
I was like, yeah, no.
This shit went
So
left.
in other words, he wouldn't have to pretend with her like he did with Margaery.
Right. Hey, there you go, Your Grace. Thank you. Hey, that's a save right there. You know what I mean? Before I get canceled, like
Margaery looked like she was doing some things though. I don't know, man. Like, I mean,
look, you know, hey, Margaery.
Don't forget don't forget Margaery. Marjorie's been trained by the OG who's about to come in.
Trained, right?
Now Margaery down for whatever.
By the OG.
She down. Yeah, she
since knee high to a grasshopper. That young girl was trained to be a queen.
Yeah, she like, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to get to that bag. Like, so anyway, man. So yeah, so the smoke baby stabs this nigga, and like, you know, I mean, like this is the first 5 minutes of the show. Like,
facts.
So the smoke baby stabs this nigga. Immediately, the guards run in and they think that Brienne did this shit. Right. And Cat is like, Brienne, she ain't do it. And you know, this is going
swords come out and
boom, Brienne got to defend her motherfucking life
get
at that point. And so after that occurs, y'all, you know, then
here comes Slinky.
Right. Here comes pretty much Littlefinger comes in and Sir Loras comes in, discovers that Renly is dead, and you know, Brienne and Cat are trying to make an escape at this point. Like, we got to get the fuck up out of here because they think you did this shit, and you know, they escape through the back door, and so woo shit.
Hey, the back door is always useful.
So fucking careful.
The back door is always useful.
I'm just saying.
2 minutes into the broadcast.
There went the show, guys.
Chairman. I wasn't ready.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Y'all.
I couldn't resist.
Neither could them niggas.
So they escape, and suddenly Loras is in, and he's standing over his. I mean, like, he's over his lover, upset, obviously, and he wants
that boy was
revenge.
grieving.
And for some reason, Littlefinger ass is there. Why is Littlefinger the fuck there? I know why
he
there.
Came in. He was out. You know, Littlefinger was already making the rounds and shit on behest of Tyrion. You know, with all the little missions and shit he had him out there on. But again, I don't know. I guess I'm just silly. I find some funny shit in every scene. When Loras pulled his sword out on Littlefinger. Did y'all see how he hit him with that side eye? Like, man, I came over here to tell your punk ass, but you reserved the right to fuck you up, man. Like, it was just wild to me how, like, in that moment, Littlefinger still found a moment to be petty, as only Littlefinger can.
Yeah,
as only Littlefinger can.
Yeah.
And
Littlefinger asked. He asked the magic question, which was, what do you want most right now? You know, Littlefinger asked those little oily questions that kind of make you have an emotional response. And so he was like, well, what do you want most right now? And Laura said, revenge, you know, plain and simple. Yeah. You know, so he's all about the revenge. I'm ready to go out here and slay all these people right now. I'm ready, you know. And Marjorie's like, we need to get the horses and we need to get back home because this ain't the place for us. We need to take our shit and get out.
So
he don't want to. He doesn't want to leave his lover. Oh my God.
Listen, so
anyway.
Littlefinger saw this as an opportunity for ambition, it seems.
Definitely.
I mean, his ambitions. He was like, okay, this is opportunity right here. Let me steer this in the way that Littlefinger tends to do things. Yep. More dragons, more problems. I want to bring you to the stage and let you jump in with us and talk about, if you want to, Littlefinger and that particular aspect of things, or even the conversation that was had with Margaery, where she says calling yourself a king doesn't make you one. Was that Margaery that said that?
Yeah,
that was Margaery that said that. So bring you in and let you talk to us, talk to the people.
Well, first of all, I cannot stand Littlefinger. I literally it's just that every time something is happening, he always pop up. So as far as the conversation, I just feel like I understand being upset that Renly got murked. Laura's being upset. But like it makes any sense for you to think that you really to everybody. Because the thing that they were gonna do when Robb was probably murk everybody that was there, especially since she was supposedly
Facts. So
I can't stand him.
Yeah,
nobody likes fucking Littlefinger, his little conniving ass.
Yeah, I mean, like he definitely, like him and Otto. I just like how Tyrion played their asses. I don't want to go back, but I like Tyrion being smarter in the game than some of the smartest players in the game.
Oh, he played
yeah, he got a cold piece for that shit. So okay, we're gonna move on forward. The conversation starts taking place. Littlefinger asks Margaery, "Do you want to be a queen?" And she replies to him, "No,
the queen.
I want to be the queen." Leslie, talk to me about that.
Energy,
extra E.
Oh, where did Leslie go? Shit. That nigga just vaporized.
He keeps popping off.
The happening in this motherfucker, like
that nigga said,
it's going on. Like, bro, this is a wild night, bro. This nigga is disappearing like the smoke baby. So anyway,
not the smoke baby.
And so that was a significant moment. Carlton, talk to us about why that was significant.
Just like what we were saying earlier, like she's been trained. She has been trained from an early age. At this point in the story, we don't yet know who's done the training, but we do know that there's somebody that's been with her, whether it's just like back at Highgarden or a mentor, or whoever, whatever the case may be. Somebody's been training this girl for a long time to be the queen, so she has that aspiration. It's a dream, it's a goal. But I think more or less it's what drives her. Like, this is her identity. This is who she is. I don't think there's anything else that literally is on her mind other than being what she said. It's the queen. Ain't no a queen, because that leaves room for this bitch and that bitch and that bitch over there too. Nah, cut them hoes.
So, boom. So, Your Grace, I'm gonna bring you in to talk about both her ambition and talk about her aspirations, her ambitions. And
man, I'm dealing with these goddamn kids, man.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah.
It is. All right.
Man, I'm up and down these fucking stairs like it's
it's all good, man. Say no more. Say no more. You know what I mean? Shit.
Like baby mama went out to eat, with her fucking friends and shit. So
shit. Hey, you ain't saying nothing but a word, Negro. You ain't saying nothing but a word.
Sunday.
So, Your Grace, I'm gonna have you pull up to the set and talk to us a little bit about both Margaery's ambition and then the conversation that's taking place between Tyrion and Cersei, where he's trying to let her know, like, Stannis is coming for your ass right now, and Cersei's approach to that. Okay, there you go.
So Margaery, she definitely has been groomed and coached to be the relentless person that she is, especially saying she wants to be the queen. When she says that, it almost, and without giving away the show, makes you realize she doesn't care who the king is. As long as she is the queen, that's all she cares about. So her ambition to be queen I kind of compare it to, because her and Sansa are about the same age, and the naiveness of Sansa compared to Margaery, with them being about the same age, I believe. And just their ambitions are totally different, and they have totally different upbringings. And Margaery is really ruthless and cutthroat, and Sansa is still a little girl. So let me see. She knows what she wants, and she doesn't care how she gets it.
Yeah, that's really shit you ever wrote.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Mother.
I think, and I want to piggyback off what Celeste was saying, what your Grace was saying. The gift of Margaery is that she is a chameleon. Mm-hmm. And she can change her color to whoever the king is, or whoever the potential king is, whoever has the highest station. She's going to be whatever they need, whatever shape she has to be in. Her words will change, her actions will change to fit that situation. And that is a skill that Sansa does not have right now.
Yeah, that's real.
But Margaery does. So Margaery knows how to play the game.
It's almost like she can make a nigga walk out the window behind that pussy.
Yeah, well, we got damn. I mean, goddamn.
Almost. Allegedly.
That's that sunshine.
I don't know, Margaery.
That's that sunshine.
Yeah, Margaery. Well, I mean, Margaery said she'll do whatever you need. You know,
she got that Erykah Badu ish.
Yeah, she said she'll bring whatever you need to the party. So whatever you need to get it done. So that being said, man, let's take it to
Cersei.
I think we have definitely given them enough time in the first 5 minutes of the smoke baby scene. So Tyrion and Cersei are having a conversation. Tyrion is telling Cersei, Stannis is coming for your ass now, and he's got all of Renly's bannermen, and we need to prepare. And Cersei is like, fuck all that. Can somebody talk to me about that right there?
So Cersei is, always trying to be in control, always trying to be the next step ahead. And so Tyrion is trying to learn what's going on with battle plans or whatever. When is Tywin gonna get there? And after he drops the news of Renly's death on her, and she's like, "Yay, one less king, because we had all these kings, and now there's one less. Good, because we got the real king." Okay, so then Cersei tells Tyrion that Joffrey is personally taking over all the battle plans. And Tyrion's like, how he do that? Where they do that at? Because he ain't been nowhere. He ain't been in no battle. How he's going to do that? So then Tyrion has to get his number one spy, the ever wonderful Lancel Lannister, who tells him what's going on, that Cersei has been talking to the pyromancer. So she's actually, preparing the battle plans. Joffrey is just jaw-jacking like he always does. But Cersei is planning to use all the wildfire she has, and has the pyromancers making more, and as much as they can before Stannis gets there, and so they don't get overrun. And then, so the scene between Tyrion and Lancel is just funny, because Tyrion is continuing to verbally torture him, verbally and emotionally torture this poor kid. He might be 17. He just ain't got a clue how things work. He was just, his previous job was giving Robert wine all the time and keeping him drunk. So now his job is to go to bed with Cersei, because Jaime ain't there, and she got to have something to ride.
Give Cersei that girl.
Damn.
So since it's all in the family, and his last name is Lannister, he'll do.
Yeah, Cersei
call him Lancel.
Yeah. Cersei keep that thing on her. I ain't gonna lie. She She got one at all times. That's one thing I think I kind of took for granted.
I ain't gonna lie, cause they spared a few of them bitches in the show because the book, Cersei was Cersei was fucking the whole King's Guard, cuz.
Well, look, you know what I mean?
King's Guard was hitting that ass.
well, you know what? Then that's
you too, nigga.
You damn. Niggas was leaving the chamber and the nigga was coming like, ah man, nigga.
But Cersei was getting what she wanted.
Man.
Not the other way around.
So,
are we sure that Cersei is not the child of a Targaryen? Her dragon needs to be fed, and it keeps getting fed.
Well, look,
I'm just saying.
She might have some Targus here. I don't know.
I don't think she fireproof. So so anyway, damn, it'd be so hard to just keep a straight face sometimes when I'm talking to y'all on this motherfucker. So Davos is like, look, man, he's talking to Stannis. He like, man, you done got these bannermen from Renly. You had to kill your brother to get these bannermen. Don't lose them to the motherfucker that smoke just came out of pussy. I mean vagina. My bad. I'm sorry. Don't do that. And he like, you know, like, what the fuck make you think I'm gonna do that? And so they're going back and forth about it. And there's this conflict taking place. Why is that a significant conversation? Why was that scene a necessary scene for, you know, for the
I think Davos just has that distrust for Melisandre, Lady Marmalade. And I mean, it was always there, but then after going and witnessing what he witnessed, after not having a fucking clue about what was about to happen when they went into that cave, like he just thought, you know, okay, King said take her down here, drop her off. I guess she gonna talk to somebody, deliver a message, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. And the motherfucker released the smoke baby from her innards. So like the mistrust shit can only fucking go up from there, you know, at that point. So like he has such a respect for Stannis, and you kind of see that over and over. He talks about it to multiple people, like this respect that he has for Stannis. So like he's always going to bat for Stannis in a sense of you're gonna do the right thing. You do you're just, you're honorable, all this other shit. This bitch just had a smoke baby come out of pussy, man. Like, what's up?
But
that's really what it boiled down to.
I think it also has to do with her being a woman, though. We have to think about the men. We have to think about the times. Here the men are. Renly's men have heard that it was big girl. What's her name? Shoot, Brienne. But they've also heard about the smoke baby. So they're not going to want to follow a man who is being led by a woman.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that, but that's
he said that and that's an excellent point, because Davos said that. He said that the men say that she whispers orders in your ear and you listen.
Damn.
So I mean, shit, right off the bat, like his mistrust plus the fact, I think that's a major part of it, like major.
Also, Stannis is having this inner conflict in his head because he knows the shit he's doing is wrong. Like he knows the shit he's doing is wrong. Stannis is a traditionalist in every, shape, way, and form here on this show, and yet he's using a smoke baby to fucking win wars, right? And so he knows the shit that he's doing is wrong, but he continues to go down his path. He's actually the worst kind of nigga I hate, because he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Right.
It's fucked up. And yet he still continues to do it, and he'll continue to rely on her all throughout the fucking show.
And he's already emasculated because he only can last 45 seconds. So there's that.
Damn.
God
damn.
Hey.
Well, that's right. Well, Stannis is a 2-pump chump.
He needed that gas station 3000, goddamn. I don't know what that is, by the way. I'm just kind of.
I've never seen the motherfucker. I've heard about the gas station shit.
Yeah,
I've never seen the gas station shit before.
It's a gas station 3000. I ain't seen that shit either.
I just realized I don't go in the gas station that much, nigga. I'm going to the gas tank. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going off on a tangent like a motherfucker, but still,
I don't even know where the nearest gas station is.
See,
I got a
you know
Tesla.
what I mean? Like, boom. You know what I'm saying?
You niggas is fancy. I'm broke, baby.
Listen.
Hell no, I ain't got no fucking Tesla. I got a fucking V6 that that motherfucking guzzle gas like it's fucking like it's Cersei, goddamn it.
So now this nigga,
God.
Sorry, my fault, y'all.
The last thing that Stannis tells Sir Davos is hard truths cut both ways. The next thing that happens is this nigga Theon is still not getting respect. His daddy told him, nigga, go hunt in the go take over the fish village and shit. And Theon, you know, he like, why everybody treating me like, you know, a fuck boy? You know what I mean? Why ain't nobody respecting me? And so some little clever motherfucker tells them, hey, look, what you need to do is go take the house of Torin. And Theon is trying to do that so that he could get respect from the Ironborn so that he can then lead that military. Talk to us about why, what's up Theon's sleeve and why at this point?
So Theon still, he doesn't know his place. He doesn't have a place. He's trying to make a place for himself anywhere. Okay. So when he's on his way to his ship, the Sea Bitch, aptly named, the crew comes out and one of them, you know, gets up in his face and says, you know, I might just go and take the ship myself. I don't need you to be captain. I'm the captain. You know, so kind of reminds me of the pirate thing with the movie with Tom Hanks. The guy says, "You look at me. I'm the captain now." Yeah, okay. We getting some of that from these Gilligan's Iron Islands rejects. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then the first mate comes out and he starts gassing him up a little bit and says he's supposed to take the fishing village or wherever he was supposed to. And then he talks him into, you know, kind of, well, why don't you go a little bit farther? You're going to be that far. You're not going to be far from Winterfell. Why don't you just roll up in there?
We're going to creep on up the road.
Yeah. So the first mate of the ship is starting to gas Theon up. And, you know, that don't take much but like a quarter cup because he ain't got no juice no way. So any juice that he can get, he gonna slurp up.
Talk.
You know.
Talk.
So Theon's goal in pursuing Theron or whatever, however you pronounce it, Theron, is to basically smoke Robb Stark and them and his army out and to make them return to Winterfell. Is that
no accurate? To go to the other place?
Okay.
And then so not the fishing village, but the Torin. Yeah, Torin's village, which is
take the back door to Winterfell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
the back door.
That's what they really want. That's what they after. They after Winterfell. Golly.
Y'all fucking soft
shit. Okay. So now Arya is now the cupbearer for Tywin. He knows she's a girl. He made her out to be a girl. He doesn't know who she is, but she's now the cupbearer, which means she's now in the small council meetings. She's hearing everything that's taking place as far as the plot and the war is concerned. And in theory, she now has the ability to get info back to her brother. Leslie, can you talk to us a little bit about Leslie and Celestial? Can y'all talk a little bit about the significance in that?
Go ahead, Celestial.
So one of the things I really liked about that situation, you've got two characters who are very observant. And so it's almost like these two are doing a dance. Arya's trying not to get found out. Tywin's trying to figure out who is this little girl because she's smarter than the average Beth. So one of the things that stood out to me was when he picked up on the fact that she wasn't from where she said she was from. And so he starts questioning her, and she's fast on her feet. I'm not sure if that's where we are. I might be skipping ahead.
I think that is where we are, where he's asking her about her bannerman and where she's from.
Yes. So he asks her pointed questions to see, let me feel you out. Let me see if you lying. And she coming with it, but then he catches her. Right. And so he's like, yeah, no, you ain't from where you said you're from. Where you really from? So then she brings it to the north where she was going to know the answers, but she could still kind of hide who she was. So I just like, that little thing they're doing. It's almost like he likes her. He respects. You're a smart little thing. You know what I'm saying? You pick up fast. You can read. It's interesting that you say your daddy did X, Y, and Z, but you can read.
Right.
Do you find do you find the kind of I wouldn't say it's necessary that respect that you just spoke about? Do you find it interesting in that the dynamic that he seems to have with Arya as a child is distinguishable from how he is with his own children in some way?
Yes, because he later, I don't want to skip forward, but he later talks about a relationship with Jaime and one of the aspects of their relationship. But it's very different, and I don't know if we're seeing a kind of softer Tywin because he knows she's a girl. Like maybe this is how he was with Cersei, but it's a very different dynamic than he had.
Well, no, we're seeing softer Tywin because he realizes that Arya is a lot like him, right?
Yeah.
So, like later on in the season, we're going to see that Tywin realizes that she kind of played to his softer side. So hence the reason why he kind of dropped her off with the mountain, right? But that's later on in the season. But one of the things that stood out to me, man, was with these scenes, how fucking the Lannisters are, except for Tywin, Tyrion, and Cersei.
Facts.
Everybody else is fucking morons, and Tywin is really going at their necks, and it comes from, which we'll see in the episode later. It comes from his relationship with his father, and where he just doesn't respect weakness or stupidity in any form or fashion, right? And so you cannot be stupid, you cannot be weak, you cannot be vulnerable, nor you cannot be timid around him. And he sees that Arya is neither of those motherfuckers, and so he automatically just gravitates towards her from the get-go. And this was one of the show changes, which is like one of the best show changes, because in the book, Arya is with Roose Bolton and not with Tywin Lannister.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
That would be that would have been a damn shame. So from there, she, after having the conversation with Tywin, she then leaves and she runs into Jaqen Hagur, and they're having a conversation essentially about the roles that they are both playing at this moment, where he's essentially assumed a role in the military with the Lannisters, and she's assumed a role as a
servant,
a cupbearer, right? As a servant in the house, and he's having conversation with her about that. Do y'all want to get into that conversation? It's a significant conversation. Should I
like really quick? Did you call that nigga Hakeem Hagur?
Man, I don't know how to say that nigga name, man. Is it Jaqen Hagur?
It's Jaqen Hagar.
Look, y'all motherfucker know. Look, I'm from goddamn it, Mississippi. I'm from listen. I don't know. Listen, I feel like we should get we have the automatic right to fuck up a few words.
My fault, man. You're right. Because I fucked up some words.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Listen. Let me tell y'all. Look. I feel like if Siri can't spell that motherfucker right, I can say that motherfucker wrong. Goddamn it.
Hey, nigga, the joke was almost over, and your grace was like, "Nigga, bring it back."
Listen. Well, look, niggas know who I'm talking about. So, Yeah, that
nigga, we did. Yeah, yes.
So yeah, Jock and Hager.
Oh God.
Jack and
Oh, man.
Hagar.
I feel like I'm talking
Hagar.
about
Is this the point in the show though where they had this conversation? Is this the point where he basically, like they have the back and forth about her being a cupbearer, him being, in the military or whatever for the Lannisters now? Am I ahead of myself or am I behind myself? Like,
no, you're right. That's right. That's it. That's where we are.
Okay. But this is a part two also where he basically grants her like, hey, you got 3 names, I put that work in for you. And then when you need a real nigga just
3 hitters. So right. So basically, he tell you, look, he would like name any 3 people on Earth.
A man needs a name.
Right. And the reason
a man cannot do a thing without a name.
But Carlton, the reason why he does this though, right, is because he said you saved 3 lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you save my life, you save me and 2 other people,
right?
And so the red guy.
I don't like that shit at this point though. Talking about the red guy, like nigga, who the fuck?
But that's what that's what he said, right? He's
like, that's what he said, but like
that's Grey Lord.
That's Game of Thrones,
God of Death,
right? So he says that he was like they require 3 lives for 3 deaths for 3 lives, right?
Basically, so, 3 replacements.
He said, so I'm gonna get 3 of them for you. So name one when you ready.
Nigga, drop
the first person she names is the tickler, right?
Yeah.
And who is the tickler? Why is he significant?
The tickler is a nigga who tortures people
with the rat
in Harrenhal.
Yeah.
He kill one
of the person who is the torturer, aka the mouse trapper. So he sets this device on people's chests. And they burn the fucking barrel, and the mouse either can't escape that way, so they have to chew its way through the chest.
Chew through the body.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Bad way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so, like with Akina Gur being the fucking death genie, he Arya.
Jack and Hagar.
No, that nigga name is Akina Gur now. I'm sorry. That's where I'm settling on this shit from now on. CJ, you might have to kick me off Black with No Chase, bro.
Hey, look, I'm fine.
This shit riding. We gonna ride with this shit.
Hey, that Hakeem Hager. God damn it.
Fucking Gilbert Maxwell fucking hacking our shit. And so one of the things that I really found fascinating was that why did she pick the tickler instead of someone
right?
Like a more substance, right? My theory is that she ain't believe a nigga.
Yeah, test body.
She was
I think it was a test body.
Yeah, she was like, you know what? Whatever, nigga. All right, well, like, kill the motherfucker who's been killing people.
I have a different feeling on that. I have a different feeling on that. When they were all in that pen, and the who was it, Tolliver, who would come over and choose people to go to him, and Hot Pie was saying, if you stare at him, he won't pick you. And then you had that crazy lady that was standing there when they first got in the pen, and she was like, that was my son. My husband died 2 days ago. And then she's like, and I know that I'll be dying soon too. So she was just like, her life is over. Her family was dead. And so Arya being around that, she put those names on her list, that she goes to sleep by, that Euron taught her. Those names went on her list. So the tickler, and then they came and they were getting, they were about to take Gendry, and that's when Tywin came in and saved him. Right. So yeah, she was mad.
But I think she was thinking very immediate. She wasn't thinking long term. She wasn't thinking Cersei. She wasn't thinking Joffrey. She was thinking, who am I angry with right now at this point, who he can get to and kill.
Yeah.
That also I can see this nigga killed him.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah.
If he's a real one.
I need to see this nigga drop a body.
Right.
I okay, you out here, you running drills, nigga. Nigga, run the play. Run the play, Batman. Run the play, Batman. He ran the fuck out the play too, though. God damn.
He did.
That nigga don't fuck around.
He ain't no joke.
That's
like I was fascinated with him
Yeah.
in the show. Yeah. I really was, because I was like, how is he doing this shit?
It's a difference in killers and assassins. That man is an assassin.
He's an assassin. He's an assassin.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded fucking assassin. But fuck the host.
And hey,
we're lost.
No.
So call him, you know.
I don't know the next. What's the next?
The next thing we see is now we go back to the north, and the people who have left the safety of the wall, and they're out there searching for Mance Rayder and the rest of the wildlings. And so they've got to set up camp because they're trying to figure out what the hell they plan is going to be. And Sam is out there getting on everybody's damn nerves. Do y'all remember?
Is this the whole group?
He was dreaming about Gilly. I'm like, how you going to be cold in the snow and you still dream about a woman that you couldn't touch? You know, you can't touch her. You can't kiss her, nothing. But you all Google eyes. She got your nose wide open and all this cold air is freezing your brain.
Talking really, about it's beautiful. I wish Gilly could see it. Like,
one of the guys was like, "There's nothing worse than a motherfucker in love."
Out here in this nigga, she don't want to see this shit, dog.
They was like, "Shut up!"
That's your ass
nothing worse than somebody in love. He was on everybody's nerves. Like they was like over it.
And it's like, dude, you can't like even if you had the opportunity, you can't do nothing with her, bro. You in the nice watch.
But he was even on Jon's nerves, and Jon normally saved him. It's like, nigga, I read it in a book. You don't care.
Right. Hey, it was cold. That's how it is when it's cold out there. They was over that
Hell
shit.
yeah.
They was over that shit.
So as they're like trying to figure out what they're doing, they see a group of people coming towards them, and they're trying to figure out who these people are. And they hear a horn blow. So then there's this whole conversation about the number of blows of the horn and what they mean.
1 blast, Rangers returning, 2 for wildlings, 3 for White Walkers. Hadn't heard that.
And 3 for White Walkers.
That's when Sam, mentions, it's 3 blasts for White Walkers, and they like, well, how you know that? And
read that shit in a book, nigga.
Real quick,
I read it in a book.
Real quick.
They so sick of his ass.
It's significant that Torrin Halfhand, only Torrin and Jon saw the group. They were the only ones that saw the group. Yeah. So it really shows you how like the North is really, that's really the North. Winterfell ain't the North.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was also like when he asked the question about something that was out there, Jon was the only one that knew that it was fire amidst all of that smoke. And so that was interesting because he's very observant and he really wants to do a great job, but it's like I think he feels like they won't let him be great. But there's things that Lord Commander is trying to teach him. So
shout out.
But Jon got that hard northern head and is a slow on the pickup.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
way too slow on the fucking pickup.
So y'all go in on the next thing we see is Tyrion finding out about this wildfire.
Yes.
Is this Tyrion and Lancel at this point, or is this Tyrion?
No, it's Tyrion and
Bran. Go down and see the actual
alchemist.
And they see all those fucking barrels. God damn.
Yeah.
Like they've been making
7,811 pots of wildfire. I'm like, underneath the city,
just chilling in the red keep, just hanging out. Can blow
and like your boy said, sure you can use this wildfire, but they can turn around and run back to you and end up killing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
FYI, the person who was the pyromancer, his real name was Roy Dotrice. Yes. And he was the narrator of
the books.
He narrated
really?
And he lived to be 94 years old. He died in 2017. And George R. Martin still ain't finished the fucking book, so he couldn't read the rest of them.
Can't read fucking Winds. Who the fuck is gonna read Winds for me?
No fucking body, because that shit ain't coming out.
Y'all gonna make me start reading the book.
Hey, the nigga said he only got like a couple 100 pages, man.
That nigga been saying that shit. That nigga been saying that shit for.
Hey, look, I just finished a Dance with Dragons, so I need something. Goddamn.
Wikipedia.
That was like a motherfucker. That nigga do everything. Every time some shit happened, he was, you know. No, nigga, we don't know.
Did you know?
We don't know, nigga.
Yeah.
Well, you know his soft ass wasn't in the yard sword fighting. He had to do something at home.
This is true.
You better talk nice, your grace. Shit, girl, you better.
There was one thing about that
soft ass. Right, god damn. You ain't that. You had to take Sam out like that. Damn. They were just reading books.
Hey, listen, wait. Let her cook.
Right.
Sam, I'm like y'all with the books. Y'all tell us everything that what we might have missed from the books.
Nigga, we the Sams.
The Sams, but it's not a bad thing. We like it. We like it.
Talk about what the significance of Wildfire is. Like
that's where I was getting ready to go.
Yeah.
So, the thing that I took out of that was when the guy told them that the Targaryens use Wildfire after all of the dragons died.
Right.
So I thought to maintain power.
Right.
And so I thought that was an interesting tidbit.
Yeah. So
definitely
a weapon of mass destruction. Like this is why Cersei gave no fucks. It was because she knew, she was like, well, let them motherfuckers come because
I'm sitting on that thing, nigga.
Yeah. I got that motherfucker. I got that fire.
Oh,
right.
And I mean, when they finally do kind of investigate it and discover just how much of this shit they've been making, like it's a fucking hallway, like a huge room full of this highly explosive shit, and they keeping it underneath the
red key,
right?
Just down there chilling.
And so a couple of things that I kind of observed from this shit was that, for one, the Power Minister was so quick to just like give the authority to Tyrion. Tyrion was like, wait a minute, you made this for my sister? Yeah, nah, fuck that shit.
This shit me.
And and Buddy was like, okay, because he probably realized how fucked up Cersei was. So it's like, all right, okay, yeah, you seem like a little bit more of a right head on your shoulders. The other thing is that this is a change from the books, because in the books, Tyrion is preparing another defense mechanism of King's Landing,
right?
Which involved a fucking big ass steel chain, right? Different from the chains that fucking we wear. It's a steel fucking chain that spreads across like a mile or so on Blackwater Bay that catches Stannis' fleet, and then the wildfire comes and burns those niggas up more than fucking Usher in the orgy. Anyway. I'm sorry.
Oh
God.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Sorry.
So we it's all good. Shit, we going to the other side of the ocean, and now Dany is teaching her dragons.
Fix the camera, my boy.
To blow. Oh shit.
Right.
Shit fucked up.
All good.
Shit's fucked up, huh?
You can just focus on me. I mean, I'm fucking handsome. I get it.
I think
nigga Les was finna start middle rocking in that bitch.
Right. I think this might be the
thing behind me and shit. My wife's office,
I think this is the first time we hear Dracarys. I mean, that I can recall.
Yes, this is the first official Dracarys.
And which dragon is she working with?
That Drogon, little bad silver cap teeth having ass.
Yeah.
So she bad. He looked bad.
She teaching Drogon how to feed himself at this point, right? And so
basically how to cook a steak medium rare so you can enjoy it.
And they're currently in Qarth. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
You can say Qarth.
No, don't be scared to
No, nigga, I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm just gonna ask y'all if it's right after I say it wrong. like please believe I'm gonna fuck it up first.
Hey,
if it's not to be fucked up.
Khaleesi fucked that shit up. Nigga got offended by that shit. Khaleesi's like, Qaarth, nigga said. Bitch, Qarth. He ain't like that shit.
It feels like one of the handmaids is kind of jealous that the dragon seems to be favoring the other handmaiden more than it favors her. But she also doesn't like that the other handmaiden keeps referring to Khaleesi as a princess or having aspirations of being a princess rather than her holding on to the traditions. Is that observation? Is that an accurate observation?
Absolutely. But is it colorism though? Because you have the one who is the what are they? My memory is shot today, y'all. I'm sorry. What is
Dothraki?
Dothraki versus this other girl.
The little foreign girl.
Yeah, that little foreign girl.
The little Lysine whore. The Lysine whore. The Lysine whore.
So now which dragon was it again?
Silver cap.
Drogon.
So is Drogon colorist?
Yeah.
We need to do a dissertation on this motherfucker.
Hey, that's the black dragon.
That's
the nigga dragon.
Is Drogon a colorist ass dragon? Let's break it down. Was Joffrey right?
Drogon just loves his mama.
Okay.
Drogon just loves his mama. That's all that is. The baby love the mama.
Okay. Drogon bad as hell, sweet son. See, you are the mother of the sweet summer children. That dragon bad as hell, girl.
So right.
I didn't say it.
Be up at the school arguing with the teacher. No, nigga, he just said
his ass. He don't even be burning people like this at home. He don't even be fucking doing this at home.
Well, I know you lying. He don't burn like that.
What y'all?
My bad. My bad.
I know y'all lying on my baby.
His fire don't even look like that.
I know
he burned your cat up one time.
Right. He burned down the house one time. Hey,
that nigga is bad. Drogon ass is fucking bad. That nigga, hey, nigga,
Drogon Morant.
When she said
oh my God. Dro Morant. Dro Morant.
Damn, y'all don't want tonight. That nigga name is Dro.
In the strip club. You know what I'm saying? With
Bro,
that motherfucker in his hand.
Strip club.
Oh my God.
Y'all wild.
So, Qarth is a weird ass place. Can somebody take me through the scene with the warlocks of Qarth welcoming Khaleesi to the place? And is that gonna come back at any point?
Yeah, man, them niggas is weird, dog. They weird. They look weird. They tall and pale and bald. They got purple lips like they've been smoking bad weed. But there's the significance in it. It's just the restoration of their magic for whatever reason. At this point in time, and they know it. And you know, like Game of Thrones does everything intentionally, so there's definitely like some heavy foreshadowing. The way that the warlock, is there an S? Warlocks. S in parentheses. And the way they approached her, you know, that whole shit was definitely some foreshadowing to some things that are coming. Even if this was your first time watching this show, it was a major like, okay, what the fuck was that about moment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like them motherfuckers definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies. Like as soon as I seen them, I wasn't feeling their ass. It looked like he was casting a spell on her.
Yeah, and then like the way he walked up, and you know, he got one in the back, and
like hypnotizing her or some shit.
Yeah, he really was on some grimy shit.
Yeah, when he gave her the jewel and he was like, look at it, look at the many facets of it, and you will see yourself. Yeah, well, as we progressed, you know, she wasn't what she was before. She ain't what, you know, she has changed since we have seen her in season 1 before she married Drogo and all the things she went through with him all the way to his death. And now here she is in season 2 and she's still evolving, you know, and the warlocks are weird. So let's just say that they're just weird as fuck. And they, you know, they're trying to, you know, basically gain all of their power back. Maybe at one point when there were dragons in the world, they were more powerful and more respected, you know, on their Council of 13. And now they have become a laughingstock to the other members of the council. And so now they're trying to get their respect back. And so they think that because the mother of dragons is there, that is going to restore their power and their place, you know, in the upper echelons of the 13. Just supposition.
Yeah. So look, basically, these niggas is weird. They just did some weird nigga shit.
Hey man, listen. If there's a nigga named Duck Sauce among your fucking among your group, y'all niggas doing some weird nigga shit.
Yeah, basically. And now someone warns.
This nigga took over the fucking comments.
Someone warns. Someone with a mask on. A woman with a mask on warns.
Jorah
Mormont. Yeah, Jorah Mormont. That he need to watch for her more than ever, because she's got dragons and niggas want power, and dragons are power. So they you know, they want her and they want the dragons. And you know, essentially,
so we don't know who she is, but she sure does call him by his full government name. So I'm like,
really was a fucking throwaway thing, you know, like they never followed up with her. Happened and it was just
right.
So I feel like the things that happened subsequent. I'm sorry, CJ, but I feel like the things that happened subsequent, like could have, like that shit didn't move the story to me. Like nothing about that scene. It was random. We don't. To this fucking day, we don't know who this random girl was or what the point of her coming and saying that shit to Jorah was. Shit that he already did.
I mean, it doesn't move the story, but there's some things that are revealed in that.
Yeah, and
number one, Dany at this point, for whatever reason, is clueless that Jorah is in love with her, and so that's revealed. Like the way she says it, and then somebody said something to her, or the black guy said something to her about it, and then when he goes in, when he's triggered to go talk to her, that's right, Duck Sauce. When Jorah is triggered to go talk to her about it, he almost gives it up. Like, you know, he talks to her so lovingly and starry-eyed about who she is. And when I look at you, I still sometimes don't believe you're real. And he had to catch himself, like, oh snap!
Nah, but it was too late. It was too late.
The veil had been lifted and she could see
it. That's when Dany started to look away.
She looked away. Shit. Yeah, she was like, oh shit, don't look this nigga in the eye. I can't look this motherfucker in the eyes no more like me. So I will tell y'all, fans, ladies, that we warped ahead a little bit.
My bad.
Hold on, she's only 16.
Get TK ass out the comments, please.
And how old is Mormont?
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
40 something.
You know,
shit,
like
40 something.
R. Kelly again.
That shit.
We got that Chick-fil-A sauce about 40. I mean, all these old.
I'm finna go Sam on y'all ass again. Shit, in the book, he done already kissed her at this point, and she only like 14.
Yep.
Oh no. Yep. Oh
no. She's like 14 at this point in the book.
What y'all talking about? Like, which one y'all talking about?
His love for her is a lot more obvious and a lot more blatant in the book.
Like we're talking about Jorah and Danny.
Oh, so in the book he actually
he goes in
he already kissed her at this point and like declared his love and told her like, bitch, I take care of you. What's happening?
Oh, okay, because I was like, I didn't know that nigga. You know,
but only in the book. It went a different direction for the show. Like as far as how they revealed. Like Celestial was just saying, like
clearly because that nigga didn't get a whiff of that motherfucker in the motherfucker. Never mind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead. Okay.
No, since you were talking about the lady who talked to Jorah, and even though it doesn't have significance with your first watch, I feel like it has significance once you've watched the series. It has big significance.
I think
significant in the sense of I was like, why in the fuck did they put this scene in the show?
Well, it definitely helps to facilitate the justification of the cock block that's about to take place.
I thought she was gonna show up again on season 8. I was like, oh, I know this bitch.
Like, yeah, that bitch gonna come back
out of nowhere.
The block that's going to happen in a few minutes would just seem like a weird block if this subtlety isn't added to the situation, because in a second, this nigga Ricky Rose is about to try to get married to her and shit. Am I jumping ahead to another season?
Chick-fil-A sauce.
No.
Chick-fil-A sauce, like, baby, I can give you the motherfucking world, diamonds and pearls. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I can give you ships. And so she thinking on the shit. She thinking on it pretty tough. And Khaleesi goes back to Jorah and like, look, we need some ships. And we need to do this shit. So do I need to marry this motherfucker right here? Get these ships so we can go ahead and do this thing. And that nigga Jorah like, hell no, you don't need to do that shit. Girl, do that shit on your motherfucking own. You're a strong, independent woman. And you need to do that shit your motherfucking self. Cause you goddamn it, Khaleesi. That's who you are. That's who the fuck you are,
you
girl.
were waiting for this shit. You said that.
You said that with your chest out, baby. You said that. You was like, oh, okay.
That nigga cock block like Mutombo, nigga.
He was in there like,
Mary who?
No, girl.
Dick and Bay Mutombo.
That nigga said, you gonna marry who for a fleet of ships to get the what? Hell no.
Go do that. Go do that shit your motherfucking self, girl. Go do that shit. Who you with? Go look in the mirror right now and tell them who you the fuck is. I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Who's in charge? Shit, I'm sorry. What's the hustle and flow? He hit her with the hustle and flow speech. And so,
bro, y'all wildin', bro.
So, and that's other than, let me go back. I skipped over a little bit of shit.
Yeah, that was my bad. I did it.
Brienne declares her allegiance to Cat because there's a mutual respect there. And you know, I think it's a touching scene in that it's a little different when she swears her allegiance to a woman than when she does to a man. Because Cat does something that's subtle, which is she touches her hand and acknowledges back to her that she'll never ask her to do anything that would compromise her honor. And it's a tender moment in a way that is different from anytime you see any other men get knighted in this. Anytime you see a man or a person get knighted by a man in this show, to me it was a little bit different. And it was,
look at you getting in touch with your feminine side.
Like, baby, I've been in touch with my feminine side. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't ashamed of it. You know what I'm talking about?
I know that's right. You
check your DMs. All right. So with that being said, I think we got one more thing to say in this motherfucking episode.
Walking trivia.
Bran is dreaming of the three-eyed ravens again. Is that right? Is that episode?
Yeah.
This episode.
So now we're back at Winterfell.
Yeah. So we back in Winterfell, and let's just go ahead. I mean, did I skip anything that needs to be said from? Oh, the last thing, the faceless man kills the tickler.
The tickler.
Yeah.
That's how episode 5 ends. The tickler's dead.
Yeah.
Which a nigga named the tickler need to be dead. To be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
facts.
Yeah,
let's jump right into episode 6.
Yeah.
Take us to Winterfell. Y'all was about to take us to Winterfell. Go ahead and kick it off. Y'all got it.
So Bran is telling Osha about his dreams, and she's, she's like, well, what are you seeing? And he's like, he's talking to Master Lewin about the three-eyed raven, and there's no such real animal and all this other stuff. And so she tells Bran, what kind of dream are you having? What's in your dream? And he says that he saw the waves come over the wall and everybody was drowning. And Sir Roderick was dead. The courtyard was flooded and Sir Roderick is dead. Okay. So that doesn't sound like any particular thing, but it winds up being a very particular thing. Because who attacks Winterfell? Theon from the Iron Islands. He attacks Winterfell. He takes over. He rushes into Bran's room and tells him, you're going to come downstairs and tell them that I am now the master of Winterfell. And you are, you surrendered the castle to me. And And so that's when Bran's vision starts becoming reality.
And what was the vision?
That the waves came over the walls of Winterfell and flooded the courtyard and killed people. And one of the people that died when the waves came over the wall was Sir Roderick Cassell, who is their master of arms, the man with the two braids on his beard, the old man.
So waves coming
so that
over
was Bran's vision.
Yeah. Okay.
Waves coming over in reference to the drowned god who.
There you go. Right. So that's thank you for setting that up, sis. And so essentially you got this taking place, and then initially the dynamic of it seems to be like Bran at first is like, what up, Theon? Like Theon, like, get your little ass up. He comes like how Ghost pulled up on Tyreek. Wake up, little nigga. You know what I mean? He's like, playtime's over. And Bran like, what's up, bro? Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, I'm sleeping, nigga. Like, and he like, nigga, I'm here to take Winterfell. He like, no, you not. Like, you know. And so I think still is. I mean, I think I didn't realize how much no respect this nigga Theon was getting from everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
Right. Because Bran,
the only nigga who respected him was Robb.
There you go.
That's the only nigga who respected him even a little bit. And so this is a Roman thing. Like, this is what the Romans used to do to motherfuckers. They used to win in battle or take over, shit like that. They used to get the heir apparent to like that fucking territory or some shit that they would take over or beat, and they would essentially have him as a Theon type person within their empire, right? So they were raising this motherfucker up to be the epitome of a colonizer, except for their people, right? Yeah. And then once the ruler of whatever tribe or some shit dies, they send that nigga to go take over the tribe, right? So he's raised as a Roman, so therefore, so then he comes in as sort of this Roman, but in that tribe's body, right? Essentially, right. So essentially, the Starks did the same shit to Theon, and they were going to send him back once whatchamacallit fucking killed over.
So let me ask you this:
Robb's dumbass sent him before the nigga died, and so therefore his father influenced Theon to tap back into his raven and reaping, and
he tried.
That's what I was about to ask you about. Exactly. Like that's exactly what I was about to ask y'all about. Like, so like Robb seems to be strategically smart, but this was obviously a bad move to make. Like,
this was the first bad move in a series of bad moves that Robb made.
Real series of bad moves. Yeah.
It was a bad move, but I don't know if I believe he necessarily respected Theon. I think he took for granted that the Starks had Theon on lock.
Yeah.
And he took for granted.
So maybe that too. You know,
I don't know. I really think he looked at
I thought it was kind of a brother.
I think he looked at him as a brother.
Yeah, like a kind of a cousin.
Because even when Cat advised against it, he almost looked at it like, man, Theon is one of us. He wouldn't do that shit. You know, like I really think he thought that was like the best tactical maneuver, which from a militaristic standpoint, getting the naval fleet, but you sending this nigga back to his daddy, your mama telling you what's gonna happen, and exactly what she said would happen happened. So from that standpoint, it was like you said, it was the first bad move in a long series of fucking horrible.
But are you sure that Theon wasn't looked at like the side chick's baby?
Man.
Well, like that would be okay. So with that logic, he and Jon would be on the same.
Man, we just had to take care of this nigga, man.
I trust you a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
he put way too much trust in his ass to send him back to the house.
Baby on you.
Yeah. I don't know. That's something to think about.
It's also something to think about that Theon is obviously not making these moves of his own accord when what's the older gentleman that got caught out there fighting them in, and they brought him into Theon?
Roderick. That's Sir Roderick with the two braids on his beard. Yeah.
Right. Sir Roderick. When Sir Roderick gets brought in and they go back and forth and he spits on Theon, Theon was gonna have mercy on him and just send him to prison. And old boy, Dagmere, whatever his name is, like, nah,
started
bro,
gassing
like,
him up again.
You can't let him slide with that. Like, you gotta
because
take
Theon keeps trying to fucking employ the northern and the Stark way of doing things, like as far as justice and taking over this crew and all this shit. And dude keep telling him like, nah, we don't do things like that around here, my boy.
But you don't know, like he does it. He's trying to find, like you said, like trying to employ skills where they're needed, but he doesn't have any skill in that area, because once old boy tells him you got to take him out, he was gonna let old boy do it, and the guy was like, no, the person
got to put it right.
He's got to swing the sword.
Yeah, you got
to. It's Theon is a whole mess. He is
a whole mess.
Theon has no identity. Theon is a person at this point who has no identity. He is just,
and him wanting acceptance from his father so bad is overriding everything that he was taught the last 9 years.
Yep.
He just wants to be accepted by
the same father who didn't even ride for your monkey ass when you were fucking just a little boy. Like,
and he called him out on this shit. You called your daddy out on that shit.
On that shit. And didn't even speak about it again. I would have stuck on that point. I would be like, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna walk away from me after I
right, because the punk ass Peppy walked out when he said that shit.
After that occurs, we go back over to my bad, y'all.
Nigga, do you know what
a nigga sleepy, dog. A man is sleepy than a motherfucker. A man needs a nap.
All that brunching.
Hey, listen, I found the bottom of them bottomless mimosas today, goddamn it. I'm gonna just tell y'all, I found that motherfucker today.
Nigga said after that occurred, like, no idea what the fuck you be talking about.
Okay, so boom. Suddenly, Arya's in the small council meeting again. Tywin clears the room because he has a guest. That guest is Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Right, obviously, Arya's now trying to, like, she doesn't want to be discovered. She doesn't want, like, the nosiest nigga in Westeros to see her face, but she's suddenly in the room with him, trying to avoid him. Talk about this scene and the suspense that's attached to it.
So Arya's having to hide in plain sight. She can't leave the room because she still has duties as the cupbearer. You know, when a guest comes in, you better pour him a drink. So she has her back to him, and you know, even when she has to come and serve him, she's, you know, all hunched over and her hair's in her face, and so, you know, cold as shit and gone around the back of the chair and everything, you know. So she's hiding in plain sight, because if Littlefinger sees her, he's gonna be like, Arya Stark, what are you doing here? And go get her busted out.
When Littlefinger did that fucking double take, that was some. He was like, whoa.
I know the fuck.
Like, I know that bitch. I know that bitch.
So that's, you know.
Hey, but nigga can't question Tywin though, so he just had to like sit there and shut the fuck up.
I'm telling you. Part of me that thinks that he knew who Arya was. He was just like, you know what? Let me see how this shit plays out.
I was just about to ask y'all that. Did he recognize her? Because it was not too long after that he mentions, in a way that seemed kind of loud to me, that he had just finished from visiting with Catelyn, and he believed that he had a plan that might work in regard to getting her daughters back to her. Is that an accurate way to put it? Or
yeah,
an interesting proposal concerning her daughters. So
yes, he had two proposals that he was working on at that time. So the other proposal was for Margaery to marry Joffrey. So this is the impetus of that potential union.
Okay.
Bring Highgarden in on the Lannister side, so they won't get absorbed by Stannis's forces, but they'll have, you know, enough people to do whatever they're gonna do. And so that's one reason. That's the other reason that Littlefinger is there to broker that deal, bringing in the Tyrells into the Lannister army.
Which I think, you know, it's just interesting when you go back and rewatch to see how he is moving.
Oh yeah,
because he just had this conversation with her about what do you want. Margaery has kept him at arm's length. She's very cunning in the fact that I see you, Littlefinger. I'm not fixing to give you no ammunition. But in that conversation, he disarms her and does find out something she does want. Because, you know, in the first conversation, he's digging and she don't give him nothing. But now when the what's his name?
Renly.
Yes, when Renly dies, she's
I be forgetting that
vulnerable.
nigga name too.
He goes back in there again and he's like, well, you know what you want? What you want to be a queen? No, I want to be the queen. He immediately
power
goes
broker
brokering that deal so that when he puts her in place, now she's gonna be beholden to him. He real smart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was good at his job.
Which also I think that's too about him knowing and understanding that she would be able to put up and deal with the monster that is Joffrey.
That too.
But you know what though, and it's also
But
not
she's a
about.
chameleon.
Oh, you know what?
But it's also not about him getting favor from her. It's about him getting favor from her grandma. It's about her getting favor from
because that's the OG right there.
Old lady. That's when that shit is going to come into play.
Yeah. Big time.
I forgot about her. I didn't forget about her, but yeah.
Lady Olenna.
Who is that? Who the fuck is that? I don't know that.
She was one of my favorites.
Yeah, we don't know who that is yet. So going back to Jon and the explorers, because now he's on the explorer team of this motherfucker. He's no longer a steward.
Oh, with four and half hands.
Yeah. So now we finally.
This nigga's a ranger.
Rangers.
Yeah, this nigga's a ranger now, and so he's with the Rangers. They in the motherfucking mountains, and they see some wildlings. They kill two of the motherfuckers real quick, and the third one happens to be a woman named Ygritte. And Jon is hesitant to kill her. Eventually, the other Rangers leave and say, "Look, finish her off, and meet up with us when it's done." Again,
I have a small question for the group.
Okay,
what do y'all interpret when they said "finish her off"? How did y'all interpret that?
I interpreted it as do what
with
you want to do
with his sword.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it too.
Yeah, I mean, my
first I just thought it meant kill her, but after watching that shit again, I was like, okay.
No, so that's what was on her mind. She was gonna finish him off any way that she could. So dig her conversation. She kept getting him try to light a fire. She kept getting him try to holler and catch his boys down the way. So she was trying to use smoke signals and echolocation for the other wildlings that were probably in the area to find her and come save her ass. He wasn't following none of it. He was like, we ain't having no fire. I ain't yelling for nobody. We just gonna be quiet right here.
That's gonna be on the next part of the a little bit later. Same
kind of logic.
Yeah. She definitely was at some point trying to use the idea of lighting a fire and things like that at some point to try to signal her people that there was trouble or that somebody was out there that wasn't supposed to be out there.
Right.
At this point,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead.
Oh, that's no problem. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. Shit. Ain't no problem at all. I called the motherfucker Jaqueen her girl. So, hey, look, that shit rolls off the tongue, my nigga. Hey,
I don't never remember.
It rolls off your tongue.
You know what? You know what? Ygritte, to me, she looks like his stepsisters or sisters. She has red hair like them. To me,
like, look at your Grace. Look at her the face she made.
she don't look like her sister to me. I'm like, you know, like I think there's.
I was triggered by the red hair, nigga. We don't know.
Yeah. I don't think that Jon Snow was just, you know. I mean, I think it was I Can't Kill a Woman too, but I also think it was, you know, she also looks like people that could look like somebody he could be in some ways related to, but also somebody that hated him in Cat. So
yeah.
Nah, nigga, you beating around the bush.
Say what I'm saying.
I thought she was fine. Shit.
I mean,
wanted to get.
Yeah, he definitely thought that too. I mean, but I think it was. I think this is the whole the Jon Snow complex. You know what I mean? I think it was the whole Jon Snow. But anyway, Ygritte gets
that boy wanted some of that wild bush.
Right. She gets away from him for a while.
Wow,
that nigga was trying to get kissed by fire.
Wow, dang. You make my heart sing. Okay.
So
maybe it's not your heart, but something else.
He wound up having to chase her ass all over the mountain and shit. So
fucked around, got lost.
Right. So now this nigga is separated from the other Rangers.
I ain't chasing that motherfucker around no goddamn mountain. I just would have quit. I'd be like, yeah, fuck that.
When nigga, he in a nice watch. He don't know the next time he gonna be in this situation.
That
nigga don't know when the next time he gonna be in that situation. So he might have to chase him around the mountain.
Shit, he better take his ass to Motown.
I mean, he was pretty, but he didn't.
Where it's warm and safe, nigga.
Right.
Take
your ass to Motown, nigga.
So after that, we go back to King's Landing. They're now sending the Lannister daughter to Dorne.
Myrcella.
First Myrcella.
Talk about that shit, y'all.
So that was part of Tyrion's plan, so that he told the 3 stories to the 3 different people. In the last episode, he told Baelish he was sending her to Dorne. He told Maester Pycelle he was sending her to the Vale, and he told Varys he was sending her to some rich person in Essos. So the true story is that he was really planning to send her to Dorne for that alliance. So Dorne is, although it's part of the 7 kingdoms, it has never been conquered because they always marry within whoever the ruling family is. So that has been a typical thing, that whoever is the king, whoever is ruling in King's Landing, they send an appropriate betrothal to Dorne, so that Dorne marries into the royal family. The Targaryens did it for years and years and years. And so now the Baratheons have to do it. I'm sorry, the Lannisters have to do it. Because she's supposed to be, you know, a Lannister. Lannister Baratheon. Who knows? There you go. But that's how they maintain control or friendliness with Dorne. They allowed them to marry into the royal family. So this is her betrothal. She has to go live in Dorne until they are ready to be married. And so Cersei is having all kinds of shit fits because she's like, my only child and I love her and this, that, and the third. And you see her with her little prune face, just, you know, back to plots. And you know, the whole big scene where the whole house has come out to you know, give her a grand send-off. And as they're coming back into the gates of the village of King's Landing at that part, somebody throws cow shit at Joffrey.
Boy, you done got hit with some shit.
He got hit with some shit.
Boy,
And then so his next words are kill everybody.
And they
I'm like, well, here we go.
He was heated.
Hey,
hold on. Can we go? I'm sorry. Can we go back really quick
Joffrey
to
was right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I forget something?
Kill these
Myrcella being sent to Dorne? Even though Cersei is pissed off, it really was the safest place for her at this point in the story.
Yeah, she just didn't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, Tyrion was really trying to protect her, but she don't want to hear nothing.
And then also, like she said, it was protection for Myrcella. It was brokering and keeping that alliance with Dorne. Like he really could. At this point, Tyrion was fucking mastering the Game of Thrones. He was fucking
definitely
unmatched at this point in the show.
Yes,
he was killing that shit.
And Cersei said some more evil, hateful ass shit to him.
Yes.
She's a horrible person.
Is evil as
she is a horrible person.
Wow.
Wow, man. It's outrageous. It's ladies' night, nigga.
Hey, Qarth, 50 points for Gryffindor, dude. 50 points for Gryffindor, man.
I'm just joking. Oh shit.
That nigga Joffrey got hit with some shit.
Yes, that's what
he deserved it. He deserved it, goddamn.
He did.
He but also,
I hope a little bit got in his mouth.
Kill all these motherfuckers. And also in this moment, Joffrey really wasn't no bitch. They was trying to round him up. He was like, "No, fuck, I want these people executed."
But yeah,
that nigga was on some hold me back shit for real.
Hold me fucking back.
He was on some hold me back shit for real. And I didn't want to say that this was another Joffrey was right fucking
Joffrey was fucking right.
But this nigga C note is making me say that shit. Joffrey was fucking right. All right.
Joffrey was right, dog. Joffrey was right.
I want to see y'all motherfuckers as a king or queen or a dictator and get some shit thrown in your faces. You making a legion
and not try to murk everybody.
These broke ass motherfuckers talk about they hungry. What the fuck you gonna do?
I'm so glad they hit that motherfucker, and I hope a little bit of shit got in his mouth. God damn it! I hope he got a little boo boo on his lip.
I'm glad they hit that motherfucker too. But what I'm saying is that if I got hit with a piece of shit, I got fucking unilateral authority to fucking send some motherfuckers out to chop your goddamn head.
That nigga did not want to leave, dog.
They pulled one of them bitches apart like a rotisserie chicken out there. Like Sound Club.
It was like a fucking, it was like some zombies in that motherfucker. I was like, God damn.
That's what I said, man. People like shit. Fuck
and then held the armor.
Right. I was like, I didn't even know motherfuckers could do that.
Tyrion saw that shit and he was like, "Oh hell no!"
Tyrion was like, "Yo, we out this bitch."
You want some of this too, old man? No.
Sansa.
Next thing you know, Sansa motherfucking ass.
Up and let's go.
Sansa ass in typical white girl fashion.
I don't know.
Says this motherfucker ran down Rape Alley.
Yeah, like how the fuck, son? So
I swear, nigga, I saw a sign. The shit said Rape Alley.
Yeah, like, and so
like, bitch.
Goddamn Rape Alley between the intersection of Rape Alley and R. Kelly Boulevard.
Yeah,
oh my god, nigga! Like, what the fuck?
She read it as rape.
Yes.
Man, y'all, and I don't care how many times I done seen this shit. My that shit had my fucking stomach in my throat watching that shit. I'm like, oh Lord, but girl, run, baby.
Yeah, she was.
It made me think about. Well, I was like, damn, Sansa had it tough. You know, as much as I disliked her ass.
Yeah, she didn't.
It was tough.
She had no idea that like life was that fucking hard.
Right.
Like to where
you learn today.
Wait, can we back up?
Yeah, we can back up. Go ahead, Celeste.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was before they took her. Well, she ran off down that alley. Tyrion slapped these shit.
Yeah.
Out of Joffrey.
Hell yeah.
Funny as hell.
Was Tyrion right?
Did my hand fall off?
Did my hand fall off? Was Tyrion right? Nah, Tyrion was actually kind of fucking wrong because that nigga needs to realize that, you know, sometimes you just got to pull it back. Sometimes you got to pull it back. Now, Tyrion, you know, I love that. That's my nigga. That's my nigga. Season 2 had him on some Apex nigga shit, and I loved it. But just like how all niggas do when they be on Apex nigga shit, what they do? They start talking too much shit.
Yep.
Tyrion's walking around like his shit didn't stink.
Slapping kings and shit.
Right, slapping kings, talking down to Cersei and shit, making these jokes and all that shit, walking around like his shit don't stink, knowing good and goddamn well that fucking his time was limited, nigga. Once Tywin got back in fucking King's Landing, that was all she wrote.
He started to smell himself.
Yeah.
And then it was cow shit.
Literally.
Listen.
I
was glad that he slapped that little motherfucker. I hope he slapped a little bit. I hope he slapped a little bit of dookie into his mouth when he did it. I hope he did. I hope when he slapped him.
Negro, I don't think I've heard dookie shit.
When it's cow shit, it's dookie. You know what I mean? That's dookie. You step in that, that's dookie. You stepped in. Like, that's dookie. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
I had my dog the other day. I stepped in a little bit of dookie when I was trying to feed him. I was so upset, but it definitely smelled like dookie though.
You and these animals.
So
please leave your shoes outside. Thank you.
I did. I definitely did. I left them motherfuckers outside, upside down. God damn it. After that, where the fuck are we, man? I didn't got us off on a dookie tangent.
Okay, I was just about to say, did we miss? Oh, we in Qarth. What part?
We go back to Qarth.
Where we at in Qarth now?
Where she's going to meet that the dude that asked for some ships, and he's very condescending and very. I ain't got no ships for you, little.
No, you know what? He schooled her ass. That's what
he did. He did that. He started out condescending.
Hey, did the shit already happen though when they had like the nigga moment? When my boy was on some, I'm from around the way, I'm leaving with something, and Khaleesi was like, "Nigga, if you don't put that fucking shit down," did that shit?
Oh yeah, that happened.
That happened in the last episode.
Oh man, cause that shit was fucking hilarious. That was a whole.
Them niggas was like, shit.
Cause Khaleesi was like, "Fucking nigga, don't put that shit down." my nigga was.
And Darth Vader was like, "We gonna take this shit. We gonna take this."
She said, "What are they doing?"
Right. I'm leaving here with something.
They had a whole argument in their language about.
Hey, that shit in High Valyrian sound like straight niggas.
They're like, but shit, this gold right here. Like you said, you want some gold. This all the motherfucking gold we need.
She went to
just cut the jewels out.
It reminded me
exactly.
You will not be.
Y'all niggas keep talking. I'm leaving.
It reminded me of them cousins that you can't take no motherfucking well.
Fact, hey, they gave that nigga They gave that nigga a mimosa in a gold glass. That nigga poured it out.
Look, I know everybody up in this motherfucker done dated somebody that they could take to the motherfucking They couldn't take them to the motherfucking to the Lynx event. Yeah. God damn it, they couldn't.
I ain't mean to bad.
As my boy Riley Freeman once famously said, New Orleans niggas are grimy. All right, them niggas New Orleans niggas. We don't keep cash in the house, goddamn it.
God, all your shit, man. The Dothraki was finna take that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like y'all were talking about the lesson that Khaleesi was learning in real time about diplomacy. Now the man was condescending, calling her little princess and little lady and this and that. Like he was definitely doing that, patronizing her. But
she came through,
and on top of that, he made her wait for an extended period of time. For his presence,
because she needed shipped, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
I was thinking, so in watching that scene and what happens after that, was he actually in league with the warlocks in getting her to be someplace else away from her dragons? And then when they went back, to XXD's house, to Duck Sauce house, and everybody's laid out, was Spice dude with all of his little pedophile children following him, because that was just nasty, but that's another story for another time. That just worries me. Was he a distraction to get her there for an extended period of time so that they could steal so the warlocks could steal the dragons? Supposition? Question?
I think they all could have been in on it.
That's what I was about to say. I'm not totally convinced they weren't all in on it.
Yeah, the 13.
The whole thing about Qarth is this great place. So why wouldn't they want dragons? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced that they weren't all in on it.
Right. The whole city trying to rob her ass. Like they all trying to finesse her. Like let me stall her ass out while these other motherfuckers go rob her ass. Well, my bad. I'm jumping ahead.
We about there, so it's all right.
We getting there. But yeah, like somebody says, seriously, I mean not seriously, but Khaleesi was broke and asking for a loan, and she promised that she would pay him back threefold if he would just give her some of his ships. He's a merchant rather than a warrior, and he like shit. You know, if I'm sending my ships out, what the fuck am I gonna get in return? And she like, when I sit on the Iron Throne, you can have anything you want. And he like, well, it's a lot of motherfucking variables involved in all of this shit you talking about. In order for me to make my investment, I need to know what you have that, that's tangible, right? Right, goddamn it now. In order for me to have confidence in giving you these damn ships. And at that point in time, Khaleesi literally said, I ain't got shit but a hope and a dream. I done walked on fire. I done walked on fire and came out on the other side of that shit with 3 motherfucking dragons. And if you willing to, believe in that, then you can believe in me. But you like, yeah, that's cool and shit. but
that ain't money.
That ain't money, and it ain't enough for me to get involved in this war.
Dream, sis.
It ain't money and it ain't Targussy.
Damn. You know what I mean? I don't even
think from the look of it, he wouldn't want no Targussy, no way.
Boom, there you go. Yeah, he needs some tar booty. So anyway,
you need that back door.
I'm just saying.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
He either was Varys Jr. or you know what I mean, Loras Jr. So there we go.
Yeah, that's definitely a nigga that looked like he needed to stay 500 yards away from near school or some shit.
See?
Oh my god. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. This is about where I stopped watching this motherfucking show. And so y'all niggas is gonna have to, the last thing I remember after he told him that shit is Tywin and Arya are having another conversation in the council room. And he's telling her a story. He sees her kind of reading, and he asked her where she learned to read, and she said her dad taught her. And a lot of conversation going back and forth. How'd your dad die and shit? There you go. And for those who don't know it, Leslie's whistling the Rains of Castamere. which is their song.
Yep,
it's their song.
Rains of Castamere. So this is so Tywin is talking about his daddy, Titos, or if you read the name, that shit actually reads like Tito's. And so I'm glad that CJ didn't say the name.
He would have said what? Titos?
Right. And so the Rains of Castamere is actually about something. It's about House Rain, who was that rebelled against the Lannister house back when Titos was in power, right? So this was before Tywin assumed power, and they rebelled against their liege lords, Titos and the and the Lannisters. And when Titos died, Tywin took over and obliterated their fucking house. I mean, man, woman, and children. He killed everybody. And so that song, The Rains of Castamere, is essentially about how there are no more voices in the halls of the Rain because everybody is fucking dead. Man, woman, children. That's who Tywin Lannister is. This motherfucker is ruthless. And he is ruthless because of many reasons, but the central reason is because his father was so weak. And he observed that and said to himself, he is going to be the opposite. Mm-hmm. So when you hear the Reigns of Castamere getting played at a fucking banquet, at a wedding, at a goddamn funeral, and you don't like Tywin, you need
at a baby shower. At a baby shower.
You need to get the fuck out.
Leslie dropping bars right now, ladies and gentlemen.
You need to get the fuck out. So that's it.
Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on. My nigga back. Yeah.
Nigga, I've been in the backstage watching like.
I'm like, nigga, we ain't even see you back there. Nigga,
niggas is doing so good.
Damn.
I want to answer that.
Cousin, where you been?
My fucking iPad died. I had to switch to my.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Using technology.
Before he mentions his father being weak, he also tells Arya about Jaime and the fact that Jaime's dyslexic.
Oh yeah,
and that he, that he wanted to teach Jaime how to read, and they told him, but he is gonna have a hard time because he flips the letters. And he basically said, "I rolled that motherfucker hard."
I learned that shit right on up out of him. I learned it up out of him.
He learned it anyway.
I learned that shit up out of him real good.
But for him to didn't tell that story again, there's the juxtaposition between how he's behaving with Arya versus how he behaved with his own son.
Definitely.
You should have taught R. Kelly how to read.
Golly. After that.
Ain't that nigga literate?
No, this nigga Robert Kelly has made a fucking appearance.
Episode. This nigga finna get royalties off our shit.
This nigga
Robert and penniless.
Right. So the faceless nigga killed number 2.
The faceless nigga.
After Arya almost got killed. Go ahead.
What's his name, CJ?
The faceless
So Arya got herself in a little pickle because she saw a note, for a raven that was talking about Robb and where he could be, or something like that. So she was gonna take it and I guess try to go somewhere. And one of the guards saw her, and was like, "Where are you going? What are you supposed to be doing?" She was like, "Tywin is sending me to the armory for this." And he took the note and he was about to go back to Tywin with it. And she had to hurry up and find Jack and Hagar and call out the second name. And she was like, now. She was about in a panic. And so when old boy got to, knocked on the door on Tywin's for the room and opened the door, and he fell in dead. And Tom was like, "What just happened? Why is he here? What was guards?" And so he's all in a panic. What's going on? How did he get killed at my door? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a big thing. That's a big deal, right?
That's a big thing.
Cause he like shit. If it's a motherfucker can get killed right outside my door, then I'm not that far from being touched in a way that I don't ever expect to be touched on my own shit.
He actually thought that somebody was trying to kill him.
I'm gonna give Celeste solo on this shit. No. Solo. Wowzers, y'all.
Y'all wilding.
What is happening here? Like,
what happened? What I missed?
We haven't even got to that part of the show yet. We haven't even got
ass dragons with like
what I missed?
Not even. It's hard to explain.
These niggas. These niggas.
These niggas over here.
I said something about It was something about Tywin getting touched, dog. It was something about Tywin getting touched. That's all I said. That's all I said.
I had to kill a
That's all you had to say.
I had to kill a motherfucking bug in the house. Shit. Bugs flying in my mouth and shit.
The man should have to kill the bug.
Bug in this motherfucker.
Yeah, get me out of this country.
Get me out of this country, motherfucking bugs flying in my mouth and shit.
Man, bro, I wish all of the news
down
was like
Atlanta
that.
From fucking DC. I forgot bugs and shit.
Shit flying in my mouth.
I wish all of the news was like that, by the way. I really do. Hey, nigga, I would watch the news. All niggas would have so much more information if that's how the news was.
If there was like a non-code switching news channel, where it's just like niggas is just like, yo, niggas, it's hot.
Black with no chasing news, baby. Black with no chasing news, baby.
Black with no chasing news.
It is us, nigga. We are
It's literally us. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's us. You're right. You're right.
So we going back to Robb camp. Robb is in love with Talisa. Hold up. Talisa Mager. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that close enough? Mager?
Maker.
I don't even know because they made that fucking shit up in the show.
He in love with Amputation Bay.
It's another name entirely.
He in love with Amputation Bay.
That bitch ain't
so,
Amputation Bay.
Not Amputation Bay.
Yeah, like,
oh God.
This nigga is making googly eyes and Cat is
Nigga shit.
Right. So this nigga is looking at her and Cat can see like, oh, he like this motherfucker right here.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to him, man, I wish you could follow your heart, but you inherit your father's duties.
Meanwhile, in the book, the shit ain't no like lovey-dovey story like this. This essentially he got the motherfucker pregnant, and then he just felt duty and honor to marry her.
What?
So he was just sowing his royal oaths.
Yeah, he was just fucking. He was fucking around, and then just essentially got her pregnant, and was like, all right, well,
but like even at that point, I don't even like at the point that they got married. Was she even pregnant? I thought he just like had slept with her and was like, oh,
that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
He took her maidenhead.
They slept with each other once. That's what it was.
He took her maidenhead, so he was like, I couldn't leave her fucking dishonored.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, like so she was a booty call. She was a booty call.
Yeah, tender.
Yeah, she was a booty call. Yeah, she was a tender date. Like there was no fucking, there was like no love or any kind of. It was no love story where they make it out to be.
Yeah. So
yeah, you're right. She didn't even fucking get pregnant. Shit.
But that would make I'm gonna tell you that would make the shit that would make that other shit stupid.
Okay, so that still happens, but it's different. It's tweaked.
Okay. Because
when that happens, I go down the whole differences when we get to that point.
Yeah, because if you gonna die about it, I mean, when I say die, I don't mean literally. I mean like
motherfucker don't know about the red wedding at this point. Just fire that nigga off planet Earth, right?
It couldn't have been too good though, cause shit, nigga ain't walk out the window behind that pussy.
I don't know though.
I seen the nigga walk out the window behind some pussy.
But then pussy was so good that motherfucker. Never mind. He went to where he brought the pussy to the motherfucking place.
That nigga walked out the window.
Come on now. That's okay. I mean, I'm just saying. Anytime you ready to motherfucking go to sleep about that shit, look. It's got to be something to it.
That shit got to, you ready to go to sleep.
That shit got to be slithering some type of way. Goddamn it! So,
just damn.
Shit got to be yanking in some type of way. So,
ration.
Shit got to be yanking in some kind of way. So, anyway, that's all taking place there. Jon has Ygritte captured. And this is when
they hunched yet? Is this the hunching part?
This is when she recommends that he she did the booty thing. And for those who don't know, the booty thing is that thing that women do.
And she smirked too.
Well, I ain't gonna say women do it, but in my experience, it's the thing that women do.
There you go. Yeah.
That works 100% of the motherfucking time.
She smirked too, cuz she smirked when she did that.
It works 100% of the motherfucking time. It is foolproof. And she said, oh, Well, if we cold, we gonna freeze to death out this motherfucker. Nigga, we need to lay down together. And the closer we are, the more likely we are to survive the night. And then she started doing the booty thing.
God.
Even when you sleep, that shit works. I don't fucking get it.
I'm gonna wake up.
Don't fucking get it.
I'm gonna wake up, goddamn. I'm waking up.
I ain't even trying to wake up. I don't even necessarily want to wake up, goddamn. I just still wake up.
I wasn't even sleepy. Anyway,
look, I still wake up.
Look, so she started doing the booty thing. He like, girl, stop moving. He was like, quit moving, girl. Shit. You know, and it's like that. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the next song? The next song, girl is so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm trying to fight it. I try, but I can't fight it.
Hey,
y'all know the fucking thing. You're making it hard for me. Hey,
that's what
so
we want to be hard.
So basically, look.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck is happening right now?
I don't know.
Well, look, I had to break it up.
Going in on y'all shenanigans,
So that nigga Jon Snow.
CJ sex talk.
That nigga Jon Snow was out there in the mountains with Ygritte, harder than Calculus 3, goddamn it.
Man.
And that's all I'm trying to say.
Lord have mercy.
And with that being said,
CJ for one had a whole concert. Fucking Celestial talking about some giving off the fucking Jordan shrug all of a sudden.
I mean,
yeah, Celestial like shit.
That's
fucked up, man. That's
down 20 goddamn threes in a row. Like,
you know what,
like
Leslie? You know what that shit is like? It's like Wildfire. The booty thing is like Wildfire. It's like when Cersei didn't give a fuck about Stannis coming. Mm-hmm. That's how Cersei. Not Cersei. That's how Celestial responded to that shit. Like, it is what it is, nigga. Like, it is what it is. What you gonna motherfucker do?
What it is.
The booty thing is always in their back pocket.
I know what it means. It's a universal language. We ain't no talking happy.
I'm telling you,
even with little bitty ass wildling women that ain't got no booty cheeks.
Yeah, look, the booty thing.
That little bony booty.
100%.
So in other words, booty or no booty is gonna work.
Yeah, 100% of the time. That shit working.
That nigga John was out there like,
that shit working.
I mean, we don't have those problems on this.
You know what I mean? Oh, well, shit,
no.
Damn. You know, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Not no.
Hey, all right, look.
Hey, Ygritte backed that thing up. My nigga John said, "Ooh."
the last thing that
tailbone up, girl.
Robb. Now Robb has found out about Theon taking over Winterfell. So he ready to fuck him up. You know what I mean? He like, I'm gonna fuck that motherfucker up next time I see him. It's on site. And so that's going on. And he's saying Bran and Rickon's safety is paramount. We switch back over to when. Do y'all want to talk about that at all, or we just want to go back on?
Well, I mean, the significance in that, of course, is Roose Bolton telling them that, you know, hey, I'm gonna send my bastard from the Dreadfort, and we know where that shit is headed. Yeah. I know. I will say this, and I've watched these seasons, y'all, several times. I mean, probably 4 or 5 times, especially like the first probably 3 or 4 seasons. I've watched probably 4, 5, 6 times. It probably took about my 4th or 5th time hearing Roose say, hey, I'm gonna send my bastard from the Dreadfort. Like, oh shit, he put that plan in motion in fucking
long time
season 2. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a minute to catch that little tidbit.
Light skin, it took me that long to catch how much Roose was in the significant talks that Robert was having with everybody. Like, Roose was always around, always.
Call me light skin again, girl. We go okay, you fellas.
I know that's right. I was like, shit.
Nigga, who? Girl.
After that,
real bad.
So evidently, man, this motherfucker Osha took a bath, cause from the first time we saw her,
nigga, you say she took a bath.
Yeah, that motherfucker bathed her ass because
I hate that word.
Because that BAZED. Cause I mean, before this, I mean, like the audacity. I was like, the audacity of this nigga Theon to try to fuck this motherfucker. Like the first time he tried, but the second time I understood.
Hey, that boy Theon said.
After she took a bath,
I've been wondering what you had under there.
That nigga Theon was more perceptive than me.
Hey, Theon was all of us for that brief moment in time. I was like,
hey,
that's what.
Wait outside,
look,
G.
That's why I sent y'all that message in the group chat. I said, when this motherfucker Osha take a bath? I have never recognized her. I'm like, her motherfucking hair was done and shit. She had a little shit.
I feel like the teeth got kind of straight too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She didn't look like she, you know what I mean? She didn't look like.
When did you get your babies in and fucking straighten your teeth out?
What was the little peanut character that used to have a dust cloud around him?
Piggy.
That's what she used to remind me of before she took a bath. She took a bath. I was like, okay, I can see it. I see the vision.
It was a little dusty.
You know, Winterfell just kind of looked dusty anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she was like dirty on top of being in Winterfell, and so she was wilding.
I tell you one fucking thing. Theon was just a warm up. You know, Hodor was gonna get up in that motherfucker. You know,
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. That's O'Shin, goddammit. That's O'Shin, goddammit. If she was able to get that Hodor,
shit.
Let me tell you what. So
she actually wanted to walk it. She got the Hodor. So. Yeah, hold on.
Once she got cleaned up, she put the Santari, the Voondoon, the old gods and the new gods on Theon.
Right.
And knocked that ass
nigga was
out.
That nigga was asleep.
That nigga Theon said, hey, y'all step out for a second. And so, look, this is where I stopped watching the show. So y'all motherfuckers gonna have to take over because I don't know.
You said that 20 minutes ago.
But this is really where I stopped watching it for real. So I don't know what happened after Osha put that pussy on Theon. So you know what I'm saying? What happened after that?
after that, she escaped. So they show him all laid out and snoring and shit. I'm like, all right. So he's in his after sex coma, and she gets up and gets out of there and goes down and gets Rickon and Bran and Hodor out of the crypt, and they escape with the two wolves, and that's the last thing. So they are escaping Winterfell, and that's of course after she kills one of the guards that's supposed to be guarding one of the back gate. She's like, well, I'm here because Prince Theon sent me to warm you up, and then she says, strip, and cuts that neck, and then she's like, let's go.
So
and they gone.
He was guarding the back door?
Yeah, he was guarding the back door.
It's a dirty job, but somebody got to do that, motherfucker.
And he was a dirty bastard. And he thought he was. I mean, it was like stupid motherfucker. You was about to get some pussy.
Hold on. So wait a second. So when they escaped, Hodor couldn't go through the back door, right? He had to go through the front.
Hey, somebody's good.
He could go through that. He could go through that. It was like picking up game.
Okay.
Ain't nobody trying to have a colonoscopy.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, certain. You know, I don't know what's the
man.
You know,
you let Hodor on that back door, he gonna hold it.
Shit. You gonna
hold the back door. Hold the back door.
He gonna swing that motherfucker open.
Hold the door.
He's gonna bust it down.
That shit gonna be like a fucking hurricane. You know, the storm swing that door open.
There will be no more back door.
Now arrived at the sexual innuendo portion of the program. I think we've been. We
with Hodor holding the door, it looks like the New Holland Tunnel. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Woo! I bet that. Hodor probably had that.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Hodor probably got that. Had that thing whistling like how Leslie was whistling in the Rains of Castamere.
No.
Oh man, but the back door
Oh shit. Okay, I'm done, y'all. I'm through.
Imagine hearing that song.
We almost
and then never mind.
Oh shit.
Should I warm up the bus to hell? Because I got the kids,
Hey,
and
look,
that's my second job.
All of us finna have scholarships today, but all of us going there on scholarship right now.
I don't need.
Like, did y'all remember fucking Bad Santa? You remember that motherfucker was like, I ain't shit, Willie, I ain't shit right for a week.
Yeah, that was a funny movie, bro. That movie was hilarious. It's a slept on classic. So something else significant happened in this episode, and I don't know what it was, but y'all do. So
No, that was the last thing.
I thought some more shit happened.
My internet acting
That ain't
up. The last thing was Khaleesi.
Yeah. Where are my dragons?
Oh yeah.
Is your dragon?
Where are my dragons?
Where
are my dragons?
Them three little mofos.
That shit ain't fucking happened in the book. They tried to make a catchphrase.
I know. Well,
Really?
they tried to make a catchphrase, and that shit was just nothing but filler, man. Khaleesi's whole fucking season 2 is just like one big ass filler.
Wow.
Literally one big ass filler.
Where are my dragons?
Where are my dragons?
So
like, they're not here. Khaleesi.
So Khaleesi's motherfucking dragons got stole.
Yeah.
Her dragons got stole.
Yeah.
Probably
by the nigga who's doing tricks. But I mean, call me fucking stupid. Who knows? Probably by the nigga who was doing fucking.
What if everything in, like y'all said,
What kind of tricks was he doing?
everything in Qarth? Hey, well, look, that nigga split himself in two, didn't he?
Like, you need to ask light skin that.
I had me shit. I'm finna mute my fucking mic. Get in trouble in this motherfucker.
Nigga. Somebody said Qarth is a whole scam city though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
They
shit.
said they scamming everywhere in Qarth.
Oh,
The whole fucking
Yeah.
city.
They sending letters
Nah,
to
what's the call said? Who said that Qarth was ATL? That was Maul DM. They been cutting up all
that
motherfucker said Qarth was ATL.
Oh, so
Them niggas is definitely sending out ravens for your fucking car loan.
Khaleesi was in Buckhead trying to get a motherfucking loan. It wasn't happening. Next thing she come back outside her motherfucking shit on some blocks.
Man, took your shit, bitch.
Came back outside, her car was on block.
That's why you need a time belt, bitch.
And that brings us to the end of
And
episodes 5 and 6. Look, we done took y'all through the motherfucking ringer tonight. This was fun though. This was a fun episode with y'all. It was dope to have.
All right.
It was dope to have the ladies like the ladies running this shit tonight. That shit was cool. Like we should do that.
Shout out to the
often. Yeah, y'all
holding it down.
Yeah, y'all are fucking dope. And so
Awesome.
shout out to
Oh, man.
him. Well, TK, I saw him like chiming in a little bit as
And
well.
then Mo
Shout out to
Mo Dragons, Mo Problems.
Sarita, aka Mo Dragons, Mo Problems,
Oh,
aka
that's
Damn, like little Uzi Vert.
Oh yeah, Sarita was holding it down.
Yeah, you held it down, and we glad to have you. And feel y'all come back any motherfucking time.
Yep.
Do y'all?
Oh, now, Sarita, we got to get you.
Wow.
We got to get your audio and shit.
Internet was hating a little bit. Internet was hating a little bit.
It's all good.
If y'all haven't yet, man, they had an excellent episode with Theo from House of the Dragon, who was young Laenor. Well, I guess it would be young or middle age.
Young adult.
Yeah, like middle. The motherfucker, he the one that rode the dragon.
Yeah.
The first
wedding job. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we ain't get enough of that Laenor.
If you have not, if you haven't seen that episode, it's a really good and fun episode.
Fire.
They did a great job. They ask great questions. So y'all can check that out on either Facebook, YouTube, any of our places where we stream. And it's still up and available. You can go to Black with No Chaser TV. You can come to Black with No Chaser on Facebook and watch that and subscribe to those channels as well. But y'all did a great job with that one. And we got some more surprises coming real soon, man. Tyrus has been on it on the reach out tip. And so there's some cool things coming down the pipe. I don't want to spoil them yet, but if you are, paying attention to what we've done already, then just, presume that there's going to be more of that.
And as we are growing, there are like people who are actually noticing us. This shit is super dope, y'all.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
And so we're getting like people that we didn't think that we can get.
Right. Yeah. So we appreciate y'all, man. Obviously the Watch Them Thrones fam appreciate all of y'all, man. It's so dope to do this with y'all every week. And even on the weeks when I don't actually get to do it with y'all, it's still fun to watch y'all do it. And so it's really, really cool to be a fan of the people that like you're actually creating this shit with. So that's dope. I think we don't do next Sunday, y'all, but the next Sunday after that, you can also listen to us on Black with No Chaser radio app, BWNC radio app. So download that if you haven't already. It's on Apple and on Android. So you should be able to pull it up right now and listen to us there and stream us on iPod. I said iPod. God damn. I took it back to 2003 on y'all ass.
Watch us on MySpace.
Nigga, add us to your top friends. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like yeah, Apple, Spotify,
Black Planet.
Hell yeah. Black Planet was the shit.
Black Planet.
I got some stories about Black Planet.
Well, we had a time on Black Planet. We had a time on Black Planet.
Yeah. Got that.
Ooh, we had
you talking about the booty thing. Boy, the booty thing? Okay. Man. The booty thing.
What?
Black Planet. Black Planet.
What, nigga?
The booty thing.
Oh God.
The booty thing. Black Planet and the booty thing.
What the fuck is the booty thing?
Nigga, what?
The booty thing that Ygritte did to Jon Snow. These niggas, not to be confused with the booty thing with Hodor. Like
what?
Delete this episode. Delete this episode.
Are we live?
We are absolutely live. And in that, with that being said,
live.
How do you leave this motherfucker, man?
How do you get the fuck up out of here?
We like dragons and shit too, y'all. Fuck.
Bye.
We like dragons and shit too.
Bye, y'all.
Good night to your grace only.
All right.
I didn't do it.